Vrchat. It's a well-known platform. It's been around for a minute. As far as I can remember, it's always been rather interesting. There's a lot of different kinds of people on here. People that enjoy strange things. People that just want to play games and meet friends. I've played Vrchat for a little bit and I've met some really nice people here. But we have to acknowledge the Vrchat has quite the rap sheet. It has a history for a reason. So, you and me are going to look into those kind of things. And today we have age regressors. To really understand it, we're going to be speaking to individuals that orchestrate and run these kinds of groups with individuals who partake in this kind of activity. Now, age regressing, as far as what I've experienced, is something that involves a traumatic response or a response to trauma specifically resulting into a part of time in your life that happens when you're a child. And it carries forward and it causes you to have a moment in your brain that regresses or backtracks to a point where you are your younger self, allegedly speaking. Now, we're going to get more into the weeds of that here soon. I don't really know a lot myself, but I've spent the past week going into these communities and learning and honing just exactly what these kinds of people are. So we will be speaking to individuals that, like I said, orchestrate a group, asking them some really deep questions about what it is, why they're involved with it, as well as some more unsavory questions like, how is it that children end up getting involved in this kind of stuff? Are the adults to be held responsible? So I hope you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy. Oh, and one more thing. Before we officially get started in the video, I'd like to acknowledge the fact that I myself do not participate in these kinds of activities, as well as this is not a smear or troll campaign of any kind. So please don't harass anyone in these videos. This is for educational purposes only. Enjoy the video. How do I get out of here? One of these ways. So currently today we are joined by two guests representing some prominent, or at least active from what I've seen, age regression groups that use daycare worlds. And I'll go ahead and bring them up on screen now if they would like to introduce themselves at any moment. Move this tablet to the side. But yeah, I'm joined here with some friends of mine, and we're going to be talking about what's the deal with most of these groups. I apologize, I'm having a little technical difficulty here. But if you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves, either one of you is fine.
I'll go first.
All right.
I'm Clowny. Oh no, what else to say? I'm Clowny, and owner of Fluttershy garden.
All right.
Okay, I'm Mr. Looker. I represent Creepingly Cute.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. It's nice to meet you guys, and thank y'all for coming on. So, whoever wants to answer this first is perfectly fine, but could you guys tell me exactly what age regression is?
I will. Age regression is a coping mechanism from childhood trauma or from stress. So you regress to a younger age so you can feel comfortable, or it's like you had not having a childhood at all, or like you've gotten abused, all of that. So you cope to a younger age to feel safe in the mindset, and it's safe for work, and age play is not okay.
Okay. And what about you? What would you say it is?
My opinion, age regression is when somebody goes through a trauma and this is how they cope and how they respond and want to go back to their childhood, like fill in what they're missing.
Right. And for anybody curious, I will have the definition of age regression on screen here. So just in case any of us kind of miss anything. But what made you guys want to start running age regression groups exactly?
after my friend in like after I joined my friend in an age regressing group, that I finally so I age regressed myself, and I figured out that I finally had like a messed up childhood. So I started age regressing and stuff to like around 5 through like 4 or 6. Um, and I'm like, why not like help them with their instances? And I realized that I'm really good with like littles and stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna be really honest. I actually came out as a troll. I used to go to like age regressing groups, troll, and then I found this like a group of these age regressors. I actually had fun with them, and they like taught me about age regression and like the reasoning and all that. And then like I was just like, I'm gonna just start an age regressor because
Yeah,
I
of
relate to them.
course. Gotcha. Okay, that makes a lot of sense personally. So obviously, just to clarify, I think you both are 18 or older, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I know I double checked before the interview, but I just wanted to get that on the record. So I have to ask: do you guys typically age gate your instances? Yes or no?
No.
No.
Because all ages should be able to join, except to the point you can. Like 13 through 25. I know there's a lot more older people that age regress, but for safety reasons, people have different views of the limit of people who can age regress.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all kind of like keep it open and let anybody join it, or so to say. So what exactly is like? Are there any hard limits on age of who can join these instances exactly?
Yes.
Like 13 through 25, that's the age limit for my group. I don't know about her.
So mine's like 13 towards like 19, 20. And like if you're younger than 13, you have to have somebody who is 13 plus so they can like make sure you're not doing anything like trolling or doing anything bad.
Whoa, hang on. So wait, younger than 13, that doesn't that go against Vrchat terms of service, or terms of am I mistaken? Isn't this game like 13?
I mean,
it does. It is
some
against terms
people
of
I've
service.
met like 11, like younger. Me, if it's like 10, maybe 11, 12, that's close to 13. So I don't really mind.
Right, but wouldn't you say that that's breaking terms of service, therefore you putting your group at jeopardy of, something bad happening?
I don't know. I mean, I just made this rule today, actually, like before you joined.
Okay. And for you specifically, you representing Fluttershy, you told me that you were not the original owner. So what's going on there?
I'm talking to somebody in real life. Hold up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Well, with that being said, I'll just continue on with a different question. What made you choose the age range? What made you choose the age range from 13 to 20 to 21? What made you choose that?
Well, I feel like if it's like older than that, like 21 plus, I feel like it's more like pedophilic activities going to go happen and like trolling.
And you're aware of the you are aware of what those what pedophilia is, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, isn't it the case of anybody over 18 interacting inappropriately with a minor considered such, or am I mistaken?
I mean, if it's like a friend thing, that seems all right. But if it's like very sexual and something's like a little heated, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, it's getting a little weird.
Okay. My next question. Welcome back. My next question was, how do you okay, before we continue the next question, can you tell me the differences between age regression and age play?
Oh, that's a big difference.
Oh yeah, I'd love to know.
Yeah, so age regression and age play is like more of like a sexual thing. Like people sexualize the age regression and like it's kind of like I'll give an example. I don't know anybody who is
So age regression is more different because it's from trauma and stuff. Age play is a sexual term of you like acting younger and letting your like partner or somebody random. Am I allowed to cuss?
You can.
Okay. Like, 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 fuck you in a younger like state of mind. That's fully wrong. That's age play right there. Age regression is a coping mechanism, so that's more safer than age play.
Right. Okay. So basically, to sum it up, is regression is a response for trauma, which causes your brain to act as if you're a child, and age play is more of a sexual attraction to being a child in sexual or sexually tense situations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I kind of wanted to clarify that. So, how exactly do you manage keeping your groups separate from any group that would, say, interact with age play in any kind of way?
We ask if they support age play or if they do it.
Okay, but what's stopping someone from lying about that?
that is true.
It's that most of the groups show if they would do it or not, or if they won't. It's pretty obvious how they would act.
Well, if we're gonna go with that, then we'd have to like point out that you can hide your groups on VRChat.
Yeah, I know, but
right. So, like,
I mean,
is there like an actual definite way for you guys to separate the two?
well, sometimes whenever somebody lies about it, it comes out anyways, and somebody comes to us, be like, "Hey, somebody's doing age play or asking about age play to somebody," and it's like really weird. So we
Okay.
just end up banning them.
Now, would you
Or some
say
actually, like,
that as here, go ahead. I'll let you continue. Go ahead. I'll
yeah,
ask the
like
question.
sometimes there has been like times when somebody would be like, "Yeah, I do age play," and we're like, "Okay, we don't do that here," because there are some groups that are like doing like puppy den that do age play or like weird stuff.
Right, and I had noticed that. As I said previous, I spent about a week going into these instances and kind of just observing how people interact with each other, and I noticed a few things. And one of the things I wanted to bring up is a lot of these groups that kind of intermingle in strange ways, where sometimes the owners of the groups will be minors and their staff will be adults, or it would be the other way around. Do you guys have a specific preference on age and who can actually staff in these kind of groups?
Mine's not really. I just see if they have been a staff in other groups or have their own kind of groups that is not like into any weird stuff.
Right.
Other than that, if they don't really have a group that shows or represents something, I'm just like, I can't really let you.
Right, and I figured as such. So earlier, I was going to ask you. You had told me something about that you are not the original owner of the Fluttershy's garden group. So could you like shed a little more light on it?
So I'm the co-owner of it. So the natural owner, I didn't know this at first of them. After hearing like a lot of things about it, I figured out they were a pedophile. They forced littles onto each other.
Allegedly.
And they admitted sleeping with minors. Yeah. And somebody has proof of them admitting that they slept with minors and dated minors.
So you're telling me that somebody that has an alleged history involved inappropriately with minors is running a age regression group. Does that seem a little, when you say that's a little dangerous?
Well, yeah, but they don't run it anymore. Their account has gone banned or is suspended for how long, but I've been taking over the group since then. I haven't talked to them once. I unfriended them and stuff, so.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, that goes to another important question. would you guys agree with the sentiment that as adults running age regression groups where there are clearly adults and minors present, you are ultimately responsible for what goes on in those instances and any minors exposed to anything inappropriate? Do y'all think that's reasonable and you agree with that?
I mean, we're the responsible adults in the incident, so, and plus the owners and like moderators, admins, and owners are still like responsible because you're the one dealing with it. That's why mostly when we're in the instances, we always have stickers, emojis, prints. Except the pedestals, we have the pedestals on because representing our group.
Of course.
And in case if we have in case we have a code word, we have that down, and we tell the person to go to the pedestal and read the group rules, and then tell us one of the codes.
Okay, and what about you?
Oh, I think she explained mine.
Okay, so y'all kind of both share the same sentiment. So ultimately, you both agree that y'all are to be held responsible for anything that has, or anything that occurs with minors present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm glad we can agree on that, because I think that's a big gray area that some people would disagree with for some reason. Personally, I think if you're running a group, especially if you have minors and adults present, it can be a bit of a slippery slope. Speaking of slippery slopes, I'm assuming you mentioned something about trolling. I'm assuming you kind of had like y'all's fair share of trolls entering your instances or other situations. So could you walk me through what kind of situations you guys deal with on a daily basis?
Oh, that's a lot. You can go first.
Okay, so I could tell if they're a troll by wearing weird abbeys, or mostly their voice are obvious that they're trolling most of the time, like proximity chat. It's an obvious thing. We have a lot of trolls, PMGs, people that glitch in, like a buttload of trolls join,
of course,
mostly every day.
Right. So, and what about you? What would you say are the ways that you handle those situations?
Well, the way I handle troll situations is I'll either kick them, I give them warning depending on what they did. If it's a small thing and it can be fixed, warning, kicked. Big, banned.
Okay.
I don't stick with trolls in my instances.
Right. Okay, that checks out. So now, obviously, we've kind of gone into some of the details about, unsavory individuals that join these groups to potentially prey on minors. Would you agree that running an age regression instance is kind of a hot spot for that kind of behavior, or would you disagree with that?
It's kind of a hot spot.
Yeah, but usually we just kick them or ban them. I mean, if they're really bad troll, like spamming the N-word and all that, we ban them immediately.
Right.
We don't tolerate that.
Right, and I kind of figured as such. To really kind of delve into it, though, I've noticed that a lot of these age regression. I apologize. I'm still kind of getting the terminology down. I've noticed a lot of these age regression groups kind of intermingle with each other, and I think the perfect example is you had mentioned that you were a moderator for this one's group, correct?
Admin.
Oh my goodness, my hip tracker. Admin.
It's saying no to you. It's just saying no.
Oh yeah, I know, right? The trackers don't agree with anything I do. Whoa. All right. Sorry. Anyways, you're down there now. There you go. But yeah, you had mentioned that y'all kind of collaborate, or you are a part of each other's. I've noticed that a lot of groups kind of do that, especially in the age regression community. So what's to say or what's to stop some of these communities from having unsavory individuals kind of intermingling with each other behind closed doors. Do you think that's an actual concern that can occur?
Yeah, that could, yeah. Because you don't know what they're gonna do, like planning stuff and all of that.
Right. Now, just for the sake of some people who might think of it, do you think it would be better if you had just left age regression group instances be 18 plus for adults and non 18 plus instances be only for minors? Do you think that would be a safer call, or do y'all just want to keep it how it is?
I mean, it's fun having like somebody older just watching over you and making sure you're doing all right and stuff. I check up on the people that when I host, I check up on the people, make sure there's no trolls in there at all. So it is fun having like an older adult walking around and making sure everybody's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be safer for like minors to run it and stuff. But it is fun, like, making sure everybody's okay.
All right, fair enough. Do you have anything you'd like to ask?
No. Is the primary reason behind you don't have an age-verified alternative due to the fact that you two yourselves are not age-verified?
It's because a lot of minors could take their parents' ID, and some of them can look older. So they might do that and get age verified and then secretly sneak in and troll the older lobbies and all that. I kind of find it a bit
hang on.
to do it.
Are
Plus,
we
they're
saying
not
that
deleting your
minors are
information
gonna...
after.
Are you saying that the threat is minors pretending to be adults to do things with adults, like trolling them or something like that? Are you saying that's a threat?
No, not really. I just find it a bit dumb because one of my friends do, like, let's say, like, sort of worked with Vrchat, and I know they don't delete your information and all that.
Okay. Well,
so I don't want my information
for the record,
to be leaked or taken.
Right, and for the record, any and all claims are alleged. So, like, we don't have proof of anything like that. So I'm not gonna, try to say yes, you're right. But it just to kind of keep things above board. But do you all? Oh my goodness, I had a bit of a stutter. I apologize. Now, when you open these instances, whether they're 13 to 20, from 13 to 25, because I see that's a very popular number. I see that's a very popular number. Does it ever occur to you that maybe it's a little strange for adults to be put in a caretaker position to a minor who they have never met and have no real life connection to? Oh my goodness. Real life connection to, like, complete strangers, like someone else's, like those are someone's children, and some random strangers pretending to be like a parent figure. Does that ever like ring alarm bells, or do y'all have like a different kind of thought process? Walk me through it.
So sometimes if you're like a caregiver, you can help like grab stuff, but don't like say I'm gonna be your caregiver or caretaker and just force yourself like to be their caretaker.
Yeah.
I would ask like nicely, like, hey, do you want a caretaker, or you want me to help you grab something or find something?
Right.
That's something like you should probably do. Start asking before you do anything. Like, do you want this or you want help?
Right, but like I said previous, does it not like ring slight alarm bells, or like is it solely, hey, this is a complete innocent thing?
I do kind of find it concerning. It's concerning most of the time.
Right.
But sometimes it's like innocent.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like they're friends and they knew each other for some time, and they're just like, one's the age regression, one's like the caretaker.
Of course. So, I mean, with all that being said, like, me personally, my opinion is I really don't think that it's a good idea for minors and adults to kind of mix, especially in these kinds of instances online with strangers. Like, I'm sure you are aware, Vrchat and the Vrchat communities, they have, infamous records for not so great reasons. And other platforms like Roblox or Rec Room had very similar calls and takes of individuals extorting minors. So personally, I think it's not really a great idea. But like, if you guys have different views, I'm not here to bash or anything like that. Just kind of want to get to know how these groups function. But backwards towards, if I want to wind back or rewind a little bit to a previous question I had, it's very clear that a lot of age regression groups kind of intermingle with each other. They staff each other's instances and stuff like that. And I've noticed that includes any groups that are actively owned and ran by minors. There was one that was called Clown Safe Place or something, where the owners are two 16-year-olds.
Clown Daycare Safe Place?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't that? Yeah, I think that was it.
Yes.
I think it is.
I think that's the one I'm referring to. I did a double check because I had it written down. That's the one. And the majority of their staff were adults, where the two owners were, 16. Like, do y'all think that that's appropriate, or do y'all think that should be the other way around at the very least? Like, what's the thought there?
So, I mean, having like a bit older adults, like, just to make sure and safe, but some minors can like run by themselves. They can understand what to do or not to do. But honestly, it does seem a bit weird to have adults running with kids,
Right.
like helping them and stuff. It does seem a lot weird, but sometimes some people don't know what to do or what to do in the group. So sometimes adults will give them tips and ask, like, could I be moderator to help you with your group and stuff like that. Like how I helped this one.
Yeah, she's been helping me out, my group. I started my group like 2-3 days ago, actually.
Oh, okay. I was under the assumption that you were a established group. I apologize. For the past week, I've kind of bounced around from several instances of different daycare worlds or like age regression worlds or stuff like that to try to speak to these group owners. And I've had very different experiences, different observations, and some not so positive. But look, hypothetically, if there's a group that's for age regression that is open for both adults and minors to go into it, the majority of the staff are adults, but the owners who run the group are minors. Wouldn't that be at least cause for red flag or alarm, or at the very least concern? Or do you happen to disagree with that?
So, because a lot of older people do regress, like how I do.
Right.
So it is weird to regress, because they ask for age stuff, and I do respect that and stuff, but if they just randomly kick you without no reason because of your age, that's just messed up. But at the same time, yes, it is a bit weird of going into a server that with minors, but you want to be an adult, but you age regress. It seems like safe places. Like there's I can name a pedophiles group right now.
Okay. Well, we're not gonna. As much as if you'd like to name a problematic group, but yeah, if you want to name a problematic group that may or may not house PDFs, yeah, you're more than welcome to. It's an open slate.
Okay, Angel Day Littles. That's a pedophile.
Angel Day Littles. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to clarify. All of this is alleged. This is. I gotta clarify. This is all alleged.
Okay. But I always have my personal mirror on if I'm in Publix, group Publix, just to make sure everything's doing okay. When I joined their lobby, they were doing inappropriate stuff. They committed incest with their own child that's 19. Even though they're over the age, it's still their VR child, though. That's incest. They bring a little into the back, breastfeed them, and then kick them out and call them names. They've been calling other littles names. They say get the fuck out
Whoa.
and all that.
Are like you're and you've witnessed this.
Yes,
And,
the first time I joined
obviously, for the record, it is alleged. I can't just take it without evidence. But if this is true, that is, I feel like that might prove the point for quite
There's
a
a
few people who
TikTok
have
video.
concerns. Really? Well, we'll have to find
yeah,
it, and if I find it,
too.
okay, I'll have to add it for
Look
context
up
if
her
I can.
user.
Well, we'll get to that. If we're not gonna share any users or information. We're not gonna do that.
I'll tell you after.
No, we're not gonna do that. All the information that is being shared over the table is completely alleged, and cannot be confirmed without further evidence or context. And there has been no convictions or anything of the sort. But if what you say is true, that is phenomenally terrible across the board.
Yeah.
And does these kind of things happen a lot with these groups?
No.
Not really.
All I heard when I went into like a few servers, I heard this is a Mona Lisa person, blah blah blah, and I'm like, this is the Mona Lisa accident too, because she did something with a minor. So
Oh wow. Well,
I've been taking all of that information and investigating myself because I do have friends that can get in contact with the Vrchat owner, and I'm gonna get evidence against them and then get their account banned or reported or suspended.
okay. Well, as long as everything is done above the books and you're not putting any actual minors in danger, I would very strongly advise against using anything that might put actual children in danger. But if you report them to the proper authorities or so, that would be very 100% recommended. Very much, appreciative of that. Sorry, I can't speak right now. I would appreciate it greatly, is what I'm trying to say. But I'm kind of just like taken aback seeing that this is stuff that actually occurs or happens. But wow. So I guess it's safe to say that the age regression and daycare scene of Vrchat is somewhat trivial.
Because there's troller groups, there's fake people that fake the ID, age regression, all of that groups, and then pedophiles that want to have children get into their group. There's more troller groups than pedophile groups.
Right.
But I can name like a few pedophile groups, honestly.
I'm sure that a lot of people on here can point out some that have been alleged. If you, for further context, if you were to even like search up Vrchat on YouTube, there's just video after video of just controversy, allegations of different users. It's very sad, but I appreciate the two of you for coming on today. Do you have anything you'd like to add before we close things out?
Just a small recommendation.
Okay.
If it would ever be in your interest, you could always verify people the old-fashioned way, where if it's comfortable to do this, you could actually, no, wait, I think that's against TOS, isn't it? Asking for age and date of birth, isn't it?
Sometimes I think it is, yes.
That's mostly for bars, though, if you really think about it.
No, I think that goes across for all of Vrchat. If there's Vrchat terms of service, I think it's every single group in world has to abide by it.
I just remember that was how they did it for a lot of groups before age verification.
Yeah. Well,
it didn't necessarily actually prove anything, but
of course.
I don't know. Scratch that. It's probably not a good idea, actually.
Well, I guess with that being said, I want to thank you two for coming by and spending time with us today and kind of just helping us understand this kind of stuff. Like I said, I like to go around towards groups and see what they're like, ask them questions, good and bad. And I think you guys helped out a lot in representing what age regression and Vrchat is like. If you have anything you'd like to add for yourselves, I guess now is the time.
Can I dance? I hear music. I want to dance.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Here, I got you, Tin.
Hear your music this entire.
Oh wait,
So
if it's copyright, please. If it's copyright, you gotta wait. Hang on, I can't have copyright. I gotta edit this out now. Yay!
I only played it for a second. I only played it for a second. It's fine.
We have talking over it, so it shouldn't hurt too bad.
That's my song, though.
Well, thank you two so much for coming out. It was a pleasure having you on, and I hope to run into you guys again soon, and I wish you the best. As for everyone else, these two definitely gave us a lot to think about. Thank you all so much for coming by and watching today. We hope you enjoyed this as much as I have, and if you have any, ideas, suggestions, or comments of other communities you think we should go towards, leave them down below and leave us your thoughts about what you think age regression is like and etc. in those comments, and I'd be happy to read them. I guess that's all for us. Have a great night, guys. Thank you all so much for coming down. Interesting, isn't it? Everywhere you look on this platform, there seems to be different walks of life. All of them doing different things to express themselves. Well, it's not just age regression. There's other kinds of communities out there, and Vrchat has got so many. And I plan to try to reach out to all of them. But I can only do that with your help. That's right. So if you like what you see here, and you really want to try to get the ball rolling with me, and we could talk to more people, then we could totally try to figure out what the people who play this game are truly like. So, work with me here. What kind of communities do I need to talk to? Do I need to talk to the Milsim guys? The Bar World guys? Furries? The LGBTQ communities on here? You name it. I want to speak to them all, but who should I go to next? Anyways, I just want to say thank you, and I hope to see you all in the next video. I guess my time has come.